Hello, welcome to 7-4, which is going to be similar figures. All right. Um, when talking about similar figures, you're talking about something that is the same shape, that has the same ratio of length as in when you're talking about its sides. Okay, so you're talking about two shapes that are the same shape, have the same angles, and are similar, and it's the sides of that shape are similar in length, same ratio. I'm talking about something like that. These two rectangles right here. All right. So they're all 90-degree angles. Once again, I don't have the ability to draw 90-degree angles on there, so assume that they are. Okay. So they all have 90-degree angles. All right. If you'll notice, the small side here, that's 2 centimeters, all right, and then the long side, 5 centimeters, all right. So we're going to compare this rectangle to the one over here that's 20 centimeters and 50 centimeters. So you need to set up the ratio, all right. So you set up the ratio of short side to long side, all right. So the ratio short side over long side, you've got 2 centimeters, which is the short side, over 5 centimeters, which is the long side, equal to the other rectangle that you're comparing it to, 20 centimeters over 50 centimeters. So now you check to see if they're proportional. You can do it in one of two ways. You can do cross multiplication, or you can reduce. So you've got 2 over 5 equals 20 over 50. So 2 times 50 is 100. 5 times 20 is 100. Therefore, they are proportional. They are similar because they are proportional, because the sides are proportional. Okay? So, unless two things happen in order for something to be similar. In order for something to be similar, they have to have the same angles and the sides have to be proportional. Okay? If they're not, then they're not similar similar figures. They're not similar shapes. Okay, they may look the same, but they're not proportional. They're not scaled. All right. So looking at these two rectangles, you have similar figures once again. All right. So when looking at this, you've got two rectangles. They've got 90-degree angles. All right. And so you set up the proportion, short side over long. You can do it long over short if you want, but you got to make sure that you're consistent on both figures, that you do it the same way. I just chose short over long. Okay. So 3 over 7 equals the 15 is the short side on this one over 35. So 3 over 7 equals 15 over 35. So you can reduce or you can cross multiply, either one. 3 times 35 is going to be 105. 7 times 15 is going to be 105 also. So they are similar because they are proportional. Okay, they are similar figures because the sides, both short sides and both long sides, are proportional. Okay. Same thing on this one. 3 over 8 equals 12 over 36. Once again, they're 90-degree angles. You take the short side and put it over the long side of the smaller one. 3 over 8 equals short side over long side, 12 over 36. All right. So cross multiply. 3 times 36 is going to be 108. 12 times 8 is going to be 96. 96 is not equal to 108. So therefore, they are not proportional. So they are not similar figures. Yes, they have the same 90-degree angles, but their sides are not proportional. They're not. It's not the same ratio. Okay, so therefore they're not proportional. All right. So we had been doing rectangles. I want you to see what it looks like if you're doing triangles. You can do hexagons, you can do octagons, pentagons, it doesn't matter. You can do trapezoids. But they have to be the same shape and have the same angles. All right. So looking at this, I have got short side 4 centimeters over long side 8 centimeters is equal to short side 6 centimeters over long side 12 centimeters. Okay. And they all have to come from the same shape whenever you've got everything on the side of an equal sign. So 4 over 8 equals 6 over 12. All right. So they are similar. For some reason I didn't change that. They are similar. They are proportional. And you find that by doing this. By taking 4 times 12, which is going to be 48, and 6 times 8, which is going to be 48, by cross multiplying. So you find that they are proportional. Okay. So I didn't make you do any questions, okay, because we're going to do a lot more with this. We're going to be spending a couple of days talking about similar figures and also looking at scales, okay? So I'm not going to assign any problems, but if you don't understand how I got some of these, I want you to re-watch, and then if you can't, then find another one. If you still don't understand, re-watch it again. Okay, I can see that you have re-watched it. And then if you still don't understand how to find the proportions of similar figures, of whether they are similar or not, then I want you to look on the internet for a couple of videos and watch those. Okay, so once again, not assigning questions, but if you don't understand, then you need to go find some alternative videos after watching it a second time. All right.